now we're going to go over how to clean the barrel of the firearm. With the firearm that we're using, the barrel is a floating barrel. It came loose or out of the actual firearm, so that's why they call it a floating barrel. So we're going to look at the barrel and I'm going to show you how to clean it. First, we need a few things. In your cleaning kit, you're going to find a few things. One is going to be a rod. This is a T-handled rod. Now, one thing you want to look for with this rod is that this rod actually spins. If you see the brush out here as I turn this, you'll see the brush actually spin. And that's good, because when we send it down through the barrel, we want the brush to spin with the rifling. Now then you're going to take your brush. Now with this one, I had to put an adapter on it, so I put the adapter in, and then of course put the brush into the adapter. And this is caliber specific. This is for the 9mm, which is what we're cleaning today. So make sure it says 9mm or 3.5. The 9mm and the 380 are both .355. So you can use that for both of them. We're also going to need a cleaning solvent. Hops number 9 is a good cleaning solvent. It's cheap. So what we call a bore cleaner. It's cheap and it works really well. I don't have any thing to do with any certain brands, but it's cheap and you can buy it pretty much anywhere. There's a bunch of others. If you want to use that, that's fine, no big deal. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. You sit it to the side. We're also going to need a snake. I'll show you how that works here in a minute. And we're also going to use a bucket. So I'm going to bring the dirty bucket over here, put all my cleaning supplies. I'm actually going to put the hops inside. Going to open the bottle. This is child resistance. Most children can get into it. We're kind of like pill bottles. Most adults cannot. Okay, so how I do this. The first thing I'm going to do is take my brush, dip it in my solvent. Alright, I'm going to dip it, I'm going to let it drip a little bit, then I'm going to take and go through the back of the barrel all the way through. That was a little harder, that's a little easier. Now I do this 3 times. I dip, let it drip a second, in and out. Dip, drip a second, in and out. Now that barrel should be pretty clean. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rag and I'm going to wipe the barrel down. There's some solvent got out. We'll do a better cleaning of the barrel here in a minute, the outside of the barrel, but I want to get it off. You may want to wear gloves doing this. Some of you might have more sensitive hands than I do. This is some pretty rough stuff, so you may want to wear gloves. Alright, now I'm going to take this snake. It's what we call a bore snake. You can buy it at the store for about 10 bucks. So you take the brass end of the snake, send it through, then I pull it through. It's good and snug, so you're going to have to give it a good pull. I do this again 3 times. I just like groups of 3. It could be clean now, but I go ahead and send it 3 times. I've never had it not clean on the 3rd pull. Alright, so now your barrel should be nice and shiny. We're going to see if we can get a good zoom in on here. There we go. See how nice and shiny that barrel is? It's real crisp. I know it's hard to see on camera, but it looks really good. And that's what we're looking for. Now, I've polished the feed ramp on this a little bit. I didn't go wild with it, so it doesn't get quite as dirty, but you want to make sure this feed ramp's clean. We want to make sure all this other's clean. So what you can do with this, you can do a couple different things. You can take your, you can take a toothbrush, an old toothbrush, you can dip it in there. Now we can take the barrel. We can just go all over the barrel just like this. Get it nice and clean. Get all the old grease or oil off of it. I'll set my toothbrush to the side, then I take my rag. And let's see what we got. Cleaning the barrel is actually pretty easy. That stuff will dry on its own, so we don't have to do too much to cleaning it. Again, this is one of the parts you really want to pay attention to. especially if you don't have a polished surface. A lot of them are painted, they're not polished, or they have some kind of coating on them. You want to make sure that it's nice and clean, because that's where your the bullet, the actual tip of the bullet can catch on. You want it right up in there nice and smooth. So make sure that's clean. And again, I'm going to look back down the barrel. Oh, it's nice and shiny, almost a mirror shine down through there. So this barrel is actually good to go. So what I'll do is I'll take all my cleaning stuff, I'll put it away, I'll close this up. You definitely want to keep this out of the reach of children. This is bad stuff. It's a really potent, it has a good smell to it. I like it, most gun guys do. But it's really strong and you don't want your kids to get around it. So that's how we clean the barrel. I'm going to go over how to clean the rest of it in videos to follow.